Alright, recording again. Welcome back, Alexandrian Codex. Playing Hearts of Iron 4, Kaiserreich mod as the United States of America. We've dodged the Second American Civil War. We have Winston Roosevelt in office. We're watching the Germans fall apart. And I'm unsure as to what direction to take. This will probably be the last hour I'm streaming for tonight. It's a short night, I know, but my partner's getting back from out of town, and I'd like to hang out with her once she finally gets back. We can take a look at the Monroe Doctrine trees and see what we can get out of that. Kurdistan's just like capitulating and then capitulating and then capitulating. Germany's pushed back, but... well, I was gonna say it could be worse, but this is pretty bad. That's pretty... it's pretty glaringly bad. The Italian front hasn't moved in a long time. The Entente... is it just me, or do the Entente never really have much of a bite to them? Like, the only time I'm ever apprehensive about the strength of the Entente is when I'm playing the CSA, and I'm worried about Canada intervening. But, seriously, what the fuck are they doing? With these many soldiers on our border, yet they're not successfully making landfall in the Union of Britain, which is their war goal. They're not intervening successfully in saving Portugal or making gains in Italy. They're just kind of sitting around not doing anything. It may just be that the AI aren't very good. Well, moving up to early mobilization. Fuck consumer goods. Seriously, it's 1941. We're finally hitting early mobilization. That is absurd. I was thinking that the freed up Belarusian troops would help the Germans out, and they may just be preventing things from getting worse, but this was unexpected. Really, the whole encirclement up here was pretty unexpected. Oh shit, well, see, I talk shit about Canada, and then they get landfall over here near Norwich and Ipswich. And they're gone. I was right to talk shit. AI bad. AI's always gonna be bad. Like, oh, I was wrong. I was right. I was right the whole time. I mean, Germany's in pretty bad shape. They got their ass kicked in Asia by Japan, then barely won a war against the Netherlands, of all people. They did not pick this war. They would not have picked this war if they had the choice, I think. Nothing in this focus tree gives us any casus belli. Yeah, that's right. It's pretty easy to avoid the Second American Civil War, and it's kind of satisfying, but really, I feel like we missed out on the crux of the American experience in this mod. You know, fighting each other the American way. National Guard is pretty good. The core attack on defense territory, or division attack on core territory, defense on core territories, whatever. Same thing with Bastion of Liberty, I'm not picking it up. But that recruitable population factor is pretty good. Modernize our guns, join chiefs and staff. Ah, here, more war support. Yep, we'll go down there. New army doctrines. A meeting of our ramshackle chief of staff and generals have decided upon a course of wartime research. Although it will be expensive to devise and test new battle plans while we're already at war, the greatest struggle demands the strongest will. Every time I start up a new campaign of Hearts of Iron, I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna play this till like 1950. I really want to get to like the Cold Era period of the game. And then I get into like 1941, 1942, I'm like, alright, once the AI just starts spamming out shit tons of divisions and organize their armies like garbage, the game performance grinds and slows way down. If you're unfamiliar, the AI has a real nasty habit of creating individual armies for each of its divisions and like shit tons of theaters, it's pretty bad. Yeah. This happened the last time we played as the United States in the Kaiserreich mod. Like, I got through the Second American Civil War, and like, great, now we can get involved in international politics. But then, like, 4 years pass in game before you're actually able to do that. I gotta say, pretty boring. It makes sense, given that you have to rebuild and reunify your country and work on internal affairs. But this game meaning Hearts of Iron, not the mod. The mod's doing good work with what they can. It doesn't really offer a lot of depth and malleability when it comes to politics, when it comes to internal strife and internal political machinations. The game isn't really built around that, and it doesn't do a great job modeling that, so it's not really fun to sit around and be like, ooh yeah, things are really tense after the near miss of the Second American Civil War, when like all I'm seeing is like a blue map and nothing changing. Now I appreciate adding that amount of depth would create potentially more performance problems, and this is first and foremost a war game, but man. Yeah, we definitely hit the period of Alex playing a Paradox title where the game has slowed down too much for me to be actively engaged by the game mechanics, and instead I have enough time to be like thinking and postulating on the game. And inevitably what this leads to is game too slow, AI bad, why not more political depth, why not more depth, why is this game entirely about war, why isn't this game about more interesting facets of the human experience outside of war, why is this not a better like simulator of how international or real politic actually works, and it just the needless spiral of like, it's good but it could be better. If the game were faster, if the game didn't have the performance hitches, I think I would never slip into being having enough breathing room for that critique to start taking root. So on one hand, I blame the poor performance of the game due to the abysmal practices of the AI, but to be fair, I could also get a obscenely overpowered processor from a fucking supercomputer, so I could just run this at full speed the entire time without any performance hits. So I guess that part's on me, I guess. He says indignantly. Man, we're only 8 minutes into this hour? That's crazy. It feels so much longer. I guess it's because nothing's happening, right? Like, I have no one I can go to war with. I could, like, mess around with our division builds and something like that. But really, I feel like I'm just sitting on my hands waiting for the game to let me do something. New officers? We made the bold action to train officers in Bethesda, Maryland. Classrooms may not be as well equipped as West Point, but our officers will receive an education in hard knocks that will improve America's worth more than its refinement. This tree doesn't really make sense when you don't have the Second American Civil War happen. It doesn't really make any sense at all. That's okay. Yeah. Maybe, I think a good termination point for the series probably would have been as soon as we avoided the Second American Civil War. But there's content after that, right? And the content leading up to that and during that is so good that I'm like, yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. But then, you know, we hit about 1940 and it's like, oh, okay, new presidential elections. And then, like, it's really not that interesting, and okay, I can elect like 5 different people and they all just have variations on a theme, like variations on different abilities, and doesn't seem to matter a whole lot who I go with. Like, oh, that's disappointing. and it's just like a slow descent into like a deceleration, right? Well, that was a bad musical transition. Like there's a plethora of events focused around this one period, but we get outside that period and then it just peters off, and you're left in the echo of it. The same sort of sensation, that longing sensation you get being in a theater after the concert. After everyone has, the Australasian Union has joined the Third Internationale. That'll be pretty interesting. Get the Dutch East Indies. Will okay, yep, knock yourselves out. Like, the feeling that there used to be something here. It used to be loud and interesting and exciting. There was energy, vibrance in this space, and now it's just like an exhale. Like it's over. It's perfectly fine. Like the crescendo can't and shouldn't last forever. But on the other hand, the game keeps going. And if it feels like the most exciting part of the game is already over, and yet you're in 1941 and the game goes for at least 6 more years, on average, that's not a good feeling. Alright, well, our focus will push us over the war support minimum to get into the Monroe Doctrine tree and take a look at that, maybe to see if there's some interesting stuff in there. Unfortunately, at a glance, I can't really tell. I can't really tell what all this blue text means and what these events mean. I think reaffirming the Monroe Doctrine creates the League of American States and we maintain our isolation. Is the way it sounds like. We form an American isolationist pact, which, you know, it's fitting, I guess, historically, or alternate historically, it makes sense. Then reforming the Monroe Doctrine, this doesn't actually say what exactly or how exactly it's reformed. Commitment to relation with Europe and continent and never be a neutral in a foxhole. Okay, so this is an interventionist, but it doesn't actually say that it gives us that we join any particular faction, or it's a little muddy. I guess we'll just have to hop in and see what happens. It's weird, because the notes on everything else are very clear about what they do, right? Until you get something that's just like flavor text and an event. I'm like, well, does it actually do anything, or does it not? Germany hasn't retaken everything completely, but this bubble hadn't fallen, still hasn't. And this has gotten pushed back a little bit, gently anyway. Monroe Doctrine. The American government failed in its duty to protect the post-colonial world from foreign imperialists and political infiltration. Falling so far as to almost succumb to it ourselves. We've left wars rage in Central America, syndicalism to spread throughout Latin America, and true democracies to wither away. No mo. No mo. Oh, Liberia. Hello. Yes, give me. Did building infrastructure actually help our resources? Is that not a thing that Kaiserreich does? It's looking like that might not be a thing that Kaiserreich does, but that core Hoi 4 does. Well, I guess I needlessly built a bunch of infrastructure all over the place. There's worse ways to spend our time, I suppose. It's really funny seeing Seattle portrayed as like this, when it's on a peninsula next to a lake, or not lakes, but it's very much not shaped like this. In the same way that San Francisco is closer. This is closer to what SF is like. But the geography for Seattle is way off. Tibet's fucked. Needless to say, yep, there they go. Now let's see what Russia does. Well, they've released Tibet, and quickly at that. Do I care for any of these? Not really. I want to just keep reforming these. Oh. My click. It's my click. Oh yeah, it's my click. Gotta get out of here. Alright, Iran is soundly winning in the Middle East. Is our new Muslim hegemon if they end up winning. And by all accounts it looks like they will. I still can't join anyone's faction because I'm listed as non-aligned. Maybe completing the Monroe Doctrine will resolve that? Unlocks new Monroe Doctrine decisions. Yeah, so this creates a faction. Be the great arsenal of democracy to protect our allies in the Americas. I don't know what that means. Joint military, I don't know what that means. Defending the Americas decisions. It's cool. It's cool that these unlock a lot of decisions. But I'm not clear on what the fuck they do. And that seems kind of important. So I suppose we'll reform the Monroe Doctrine because it sounds more interventionalist, but I don't know. Is it? Is it not? The game certainly isn't helping me understand. Well, the tooltips aren't anyway. Okay, let's just get baby's first half-decent army signed up here. Oh, I should have replaced this a while ago. Oh, that's okay. And then you that. And I also bought down this and that and that, and Saudi Arabia has capitulated. Can't imagine how. Can't imagine why. Nope. Right, save that. Delightful. That might need that. That might need that. That's okay. It's a very long road for the United States to get to the point where you're reliably pumping out military factories. Well, at least the way that I went about it. You could probably rush it quite a bit faster if you had the determination. Super weapons on a budget. Well, without reading any of the text, I like the headline. In the last few years, our military research has focused on the potential for internal conflict, narrowing our focus and budget for longer-term projects. This year's congressional budget has fortunately found money to allocate for a long-term project. 3 plans are presented to the Military High Command to meet and exceed military projects of our rivals. The first is a rocket by Goddard, theoretically capable of delivering explosives from miles away without risking the pilot lives. The second is Oppenheimer's planned theoretical bomb using radioactive heavy metals as research in Austria and Germany, while the third is a much cheaper plan as proposed by the eccentric Wilhelm Reich. He claims that a bomb can be made much cheaper using his own physics research. I do not know this Wilhelm Reich. He has a very unfortunate name. Wilhelm Reich is an Austrian doctor of medicine and psychoanalyst, a member of the second generation of analysts after Sigmund Freud. The author of several influential books, most notably character analysis, 1933, mass psychology of fascism, 1933, and sexual revolution. Wait. I think I know this guy. Sexual revolution in 1936. Became known as one of the most radical figures in the history of psychiatry. His idea of the muscular armor, the expression of personality, and the way the body moves shapes innovations such as body psychotherapy, gestalt therapy, bioenergetic analysis, and primal therapy. His writing influenced generations of intellectuals. He coined the phrase sexual revolution, according to one historian, acted as its midwife. That is a weird thing to say. During the 1968 student uprisings in Paris and Berlin, students scrawled his name on walls and threw copies of Mass Psychology of Fascism at police. Huh. His message of sexual liberation distributed the psychoanalytic community and his political associates. Yeah. Okay. I thought so. He moved to New York in 1939 in part to escape the Nazis, and shortly after arrived, coined the term orgon, from orgasm and organism, for a biological energy he said to have discovered, which he said others called God. In 1940, he began creating orgon accumulators, devices his patients sat inside to harness the reputed health benefits. It was nothing. Leading newspaper stories about sex boxes that cured cancer. He died in prison of heart failure. He was committed fraud. Yeah, we're not. It's so ridiculous. I want to go with it, but no, we're going with Oppenheimer. We are not making organ bombs, though I love that that's a potential option. Nah. Wait a minute. I know this guy. This is the crazy sex energy guy. You just gotta sit in these chambers. They'll make you real healthy. I need a real doctor, please. The United States faltered in defending its fellow democracies from syndicalists and populists in the past. Congress and the President have reaffirmed their commitment to relations with Europe and continents beyond the Americas. There was never a neutral in a foxhole. The play off of no atheists in a foxhole, right? At war, enemy countries did this. We're never going to hit war economy, apparently. Limited conscription would more or less double what we have, but I don't need that. Oh, you know, man, it would have been nice to have production companies before now. Up the tax, heart attack, breakthrough, cult is very good. Wait, what? Soft, breakthrough, hard. Soft, breakthrough, hard, minus 10, minus 10. Colt and Browning seem to be exactly the same. Yep, alright. And Remington is as well. Savage is garbage. I'm confused. I'm gonna go with Browning. Even though there we go. Oppenheimer's bomb, a success. An invitation by Oppenheimer was sent out to nuclear researchers, physicists, and engineers throughout Europe. The promise of escaping persecution in Europe has resounded most strongly to Jewish scientists, some of whom immigrated to the United States for the project. After a year and a half of experimentation, some cooperation with colleagues in Europe, a working atomic bomb is ready to be tested. The skies of Alamogordo, New Mexico, lit up in a flash of destruction as the test bomb Valediction exploded. Oppenheimer later said that the bomb was named after his favorite John Donne poem. The breath goes now. The breath goes now. I don't know the poem. Though, I think that makes us the first to have exploded a nuke. As, That's the way we get known on the international scale. Just stay neutral throughout the Second Weltkrieg and then just nuke everyone into ashes. If this were a game like, not Age of Empires, what am I thinking? Oh god, it was a contemporary title. Empire Earth? Yeah, I would definitely do that. Alright. Norway, we're done trading with you. Sweden, Now my best friend, by that I mean Sweden. Give me that sweet... Give me... Give me all of your iron. Or steel, or whatever. Give me that metal. We could reduce our trading with other people. Isn't that getting us, like, a lot of factories? Is it not? From trade, we get 63 factories from trade. That's pretty substantial. So I'm hesitant to restrict that. Though we're hitting the point that I'm having to use factories to get supplies, and I don't know. I could probably sit down and do the math, but I don't wanna. So I'm not gonna. That is a point of contention I run into when playing many Paradox titles. It's like, if I sat down and did the math, I could figure out what the, best decision here is. But I'm trying to play a fucking video game. I don't want to bust out the spreadsheets right now. I can, but like... it's too little. Too little fun for me. So, this it seems hardly worth commenting on. They've taken all of 3 provinces. The Australasian Union will probably continue making a splash over here, but not for a while. Yep, Iran just won that war. I love it if Iran just kept all of this. They probably won't. The AI tend to release puppets. Almost always releasing puppets. We have the Syrian Republic. You release Palestine. Alright, I'm glad you didn't release Israel. That'd be kind of weird. Just kind of out of character for... Right, there's Libya. The game's crouching, so yep, there's Egypt. Next up is some version of Arabia, I imagine. Alright, Arabia, yep. And let's see if you release anything here. Probably not. Okay, so there's decisions. Okay, we can ally with the Russians. I could join the Reichspakt. Or I could join the Entente. The Reichspakt is not doing very well. The Entente, admittedly, aren't doing very well either, but we border 2 of the Entente. It just seems like it would make more sense to join them. It frustrates me a little that there's not more variability on this. So this requires I join a faction. Okay. Sure, Arsenal of Freedom. Congress has authorized the President to create a board of business interest and foreign policy experts to best assist our new allies. Our vast industrial might can overtake nearly any nation given a proper application of force, and the Arsenal of Freedom will make that might available to true democracies. So, like, the Entente up here, they're social conservatives, radical socialists, paternal autocrats. Like, the Entente kind of has no consistent ideology. Social liberals, they're anything and everything. The Reichspakt are pretty much just authoritarian Democrats, social conservatives, paternal autocrats. Yeah, I'm not feeling super pulled to one or the other. Germany is the dramatic choice here. We could intervene, and we have a pretty substantial enemy to fight against. Germany could use the help. Really, any way we would end up fighting in Europe. If we join the Entente, we won't be fighting Japan, whereas if we join Germany, we would be fighting Japan. Really, these are 1942 texts here. What the hell do I research? Not that. Alright, naval doctrine, I guess. I suppose our Navy's up for it. Ish. Honestly, I'll wait until I have something encouraging me to go one way or the other. The map seems to be inclining me to go Entente, but like, why would the United States want to get involved with helping Germany? Or helping the British retake... Personally, I would have gone with the Monroe Doctrine tree. Actually, no. Personally, I would have gone with the CSA, and then making just glorious People's Republic of America over here, but... or United Syndicalist States of America over here, but... alas, the opportunity has passed us by. Tank designers don't really matter, I suppose. Wow, 150? The artillery manufacturers might not be that bad. Another hurricane hits Nicaraguan Atlantic shores. Alright. That's fine. Making me regret taking this. It just gets hit by hurricanes over and over and over. That's okay. Give me more military factories, so I can invest them in things I may not even use. Yep, alright, yep, that looks right. Yeah, none of these are that interesting. Military staff, what do we have? Yeah, you would be very nice. George Catlett Marshall Jr. You would be very nice. We'll wait on Georgie boy there. Are any of these going to give me more political power? Base stability and war support are absolutely great. I'd really like to max out war support before getting into a war, even if defensive. The American century here requires that we finish everything, so we'd have to join a faction before that. Would give us 100 political power, which would be quite nice. Doing this, I can't do any of these until we're in a faction. New diplomatic corps I can before we're in a faction. That would give political power and war support. Okay, I'll do Arsenal Freedom, which we're doing right now. I'll do new diplomatic corps, and then I guess I'll make a decision as to who to join. Though I'm still feeling super ambivalent about it. Hey! The Austrians are making progress. I mean, it's taking forever. But this has moved. It hasn't moved much. Granted, but it's moved. Is this saying 10 of these a year? Wow. Wow, I'm pumping out a Super Dreadnought a year? 1.5 Super Dreadnoughts a year. 11 Advanced Cruisers a year? That's kind of insane. That's gotta be eating up a lot of manpower, right? Yeah, I mean, I have 256 boats. Okay, U.S. submarine group, because I don't want that included. Listen, I hate aircraft carriers in this game. I hate micromanaging them. New diplomatic corps. Numerous embassies were left stranded during the Civil War. What Civil War? Are now being filled. Are now being filled once again. A long list of campaign donors, congressmen, military offers are at our disposal for filling out the diplomatic corps. We shall make our presence known once again. Bring. Seems fitting to go with Entente because of our neighbors, and it'd be a lot more fitting if we actually got help from Canada or Mexico during the American Civil War, but That didn't happen, because there was no civil war. Ooh, this. Hit him. No. Ooh. Who has this? When? Is that Mexico? No. Who's that? Oh, Dutch states? No. God, it's so small the text fades. Who the fuck owns this? Damn it. Who are you? I can't tell. Dutch East Indies. There we go. I zoomed in fast enough. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Dutch East Indies are ignoring their own backyard and helping out in Europe. It's admirable. Why can't I? Well, I suppose I could just intervene on my own as a third power. But, well, if I wanted to do that, I should have gone with the left side of the tree rather than the right side of the tree. It's too late for that. Even with the decreased national focus trees, or the time required for the focuses, it still feels like it takes a long goddamn time to be ready to intervene as the United States. Insulindia. Oh. Insulindia. Huh. I have never seen this before. Who the fuck are you? I mean, it's Indonesia. It's independent Indonesia, right? That was foreign office. You can join just about anyone. Interesting. Political crossroad. Huh. Neat. I didn't think the Dutch East Indies really had that much interesting going on. Well, no, that's not true. I knew they had some interesting stuff going on. Didn't realize it was this cool. I am perplexed as to why India has not gone hot. I suppose because the commune is held up in Nepal, not being able to take Kathmandu after 3 years of war. Though that doesn't explain why the Dominion of India hasn't done either of these, incited rebellion in the east, nor have they invaded the syndicalists. Wait a minute. So this just declares war, but if you incite a rebellion in the east, an uprising erupts in Assam and you become a controller of Assam, why would you not choose the incite rebellion in the east? Ah, this requires it has a syndicalist, totalist, or radical socialist government and controls Assam. Still odd. Still not totally clear on that. Okay. Alright, fine. We need to join a faction. I don't want to. I really don't want to. I don't give a fuck about either of these people. Yeah, I'm putting it off. I'm putting it off. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to go liberate these people who haven't done jack shit for us. Fuck me, I guess? I don't know. Small arms industry is in dire need of reform. In spite of the national emergency, independent contractors continue to waste money researching civilian firearms. Restriction on big game hunting later, some manufacturers are beginning to focus on military arms. Yeah, this is the problem with playing the United States. In our timeline, the United States has a rich history of cooperation in the First World War with the former Entente, and has a vested interest in tackling the rise of communism. In this, if you peacefully maneuvered your way through the American Civil War, you might not have that much of a grudge against the syndicalists. You really have no reason to help the Canadians, and the Germans haven't done anything for you, so like, why help anyone when no one has helped you? Now, if you went with Douglas MacArthur and the Canadians came to your rescue during the American Civil War, it makes a lot of sense to go with the Entente, right? Or even if you went with the American Union state and, you know, you got support from Germany, that makes sense. Even if you fought in the Civil War and anyone gave you support, then returning the favor after the fact makes sense. But avoiding the Second American Civil War, it just doesn't seem like... What kind of horrible leader would be like, hey, we narrowly avoided a country-shattering event. Let's just go fight somebody else's war. I get to... In our timeline, despite existing strong relations with some of the belligerents in the Second World War, despite all that, it still took the United States quite a bit to get involved. And we had to be outright attacked, though we kind of maneuvered that to happen. Ooh, and night attack plus 15%. That's quite good. Supply grace, I don't give a fuck about. Out of supply, I'm not huge about. The recon bonus is okay. Division organization we're missing out on, but night attack is 50% of the time. Well, give or take 50% of the time. Yeah, let's go with guns and butter. I know it's good, so I'll go with it. Alright. Okay, so we'll just max this out, max that out, and then come talk to me once that's done. Aye aye. As far as research goes, given that we're importing rubber now, I should probably just be making oil and rubber here at home for any sort of self-supporting, self-sustaining state to exist. And if Austria could just win this, can I send you volunteers? It wouldn't help. It really wouldn't help. Well, I mean, it might. It might just be that they have really bad Who are you? Who's this? What have you done? Oh. You look different, Carl. Dualism restored. This tree's kinda disappointing. This tree I like, right? Yeah, this tree I like. This tree, does this work now? God, I can't remember. It's been so long since I played Austria. Well, you all are doing fine, except, you know, taking a while. So, you're not at peace. But once Austria wins, and this is kind of what I'm waiting on, once Austria wins in Italy, they should be able to take the Syndicalist menace to get involved in the Second Weltkrieg. So I would like to help make that happen. So, oh shit, you all need to drill. You need to drill. I really wish I could delete you, Panama Canal Division. You're nothing. I can't change what you are. I can't get rid of you. I guess I could just send you... You know what, Smedley? Smedley Butler? You know what? Let's go to Austria. I hate your undeletable, unreformable division that isn't locked by event. It's just fucking locked. Let's go on a trip to Austria. How about that? That sound good to you? No? Well, too bad you're going anyway. One-way trip to Austria. Military factories, yeah, that's fine. Military research, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds interesting. So yeah, military industrial complex. The main trouble with creating a military industry is that facilities under our control were already reduced from the Great Depression to reduce redundancies. We had to expand facilities and repurpose old buildings in order to manufacture parts necessary for heavy weapons. Oh no. Basic logistics. How hard? What? I guess I am needing a lot more rubber now, but damn. Alright, Brazil, hook me up. Sweden, keep it coming. I should probably change our import laws. Okay. See, aluminum. I got a thing for that. I will support energy companies. Fix my aluminum problem? How dare you? Didn't fix my... Oh, of course, as soon as I send people to help out the fucking Austrians, they win.
Yes, sir.
Fine, I see how it is. I'll keep my fucking Panama Canal division. They didn't want the division so badly that they went ahead and won the fucking war. Great. Cannot assign. Oh.
Move out.
Now I can't assign it anywhere. I hate this division. I hate this division so much. I can't create a new one. There's no option to create a new army. Can I...
Ready.
I can't assign it to that order.
Ready.
Why you gotta be like this? Why? Alright, fine. Panama Canal Division just refuses to do anything. I don't care. Syndicalist Menace, there you go. See, now we don't have to get involved with the war. All we just had to do was pretend to offer people to help the Austrians so they would get too proud, get their shit together, and not need the help. Synthetic oil definitely something I should have done long time ago. Atomic research still has a little bit of time to go, but for the next atomic tech, we have a 100% reduction, I think. It's a pity I can't just save that for this, but that's okay. That's okay.
Ready, sir.
I can't help but wonder what would have happened if I had gone with the cheaper bomb option. Probably nothing good, right? Probably best to go with I'd become Death, Destroyer of Worlds, Oppenheimer, rather than Orgasm Energy Wilhelm. Why, Brazil, why? You're not at war. What's the deal here? No convoys. You're not really at war. No, you're not at all at war. Brazil! Right, you're not giving me anything. Never mind, Brazil. Go talk to the Andean Popular Front. Are they giving me stuff? Or Popular Grand Peru? Whatever. You know, your name doesn't matter to me. Your ability to give me rubber does matter to me. Why though? Why are you delivering 0? I'm not interested in this. Are you out of convoys? It may be that you have no convoys. That's fine. I'll go trade with all of these fuckers are at war. Ceylon. Ceylon is not at war with me. The strangely enough, no. Canadians, I don't need to assign any transports. That'll be fine. All these laws, yeah, just let it slide. Let it slide. So this whole fucking thing, joining this war, should, God willing, help the Germans out. Yeah, military research, what the fuck does this do exactly? Trench warfare on the American continent can be brutal, if it were to ever happen, but we wouldn't know because we avoided that war. We know from experience, theoretical experience, that fighting in Appalachia is biased towards the defender. Imagine that. Despite our better nature, we must employ the heaviest artillery shells in order to force our enemies to retreat. What exactly does that have to do with military research? researching
up.
heavier artillery? Oh god, we have got to get off of this fucking free trade. This is killing me. And the research time is really nice. Really nice. But having to micro imports from other people, less fun. Oh hey, escort carriers, great! West Indies. You can trade with me pretty easily. Come on, I need more stuff. I got needs. I got so many needs. It is 42. We should have researched this a while ago. There's only like 10 minutes left in this hour. I don't know if I'll be continuing this campaign after tonight. Because it kind of feels done, right? Like, I wanted to see what changes were made to the Second American Civil War and avoiding it, and turns out it's exactly the same as the past versions of the mod. You know, one way to find out, right? By playing. And then like, well, okay, we'll see what Quentin gets and see the post-Civil War restructuring. Like, maybe that's changed a little bit, and like, a little bit, yeah, but like, pretty much the same shit. Like, we could needlessly get involved in a war, but just from a role-playing perspective, and I know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would we? Why would we care? Why would we want to? No one has attacked us. Like, I kept repeating that Japan has a focus to bring the Philippines into the fold. And if they were to do that, that would get us into the war. And I was expecting this to be our way into the Second Weltkrieg. But because of the weird shit that happened in northern China, Manchuria, Korea, and southern and central China, that just seems like it's never going to happen now. So, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Which is fine, but also very confusing. You're not at war, right? You're a puppet of the Mysore state. My state is so sore. There's so many fucking dumb jokes in that region. Insensitive jokes, probably. What am I doing the next time I stream? It's gotta be RimWorld, right? Because RimWorld's got a couple more days on the upload log for YouTube, but that's about. What are you doing, Mexico? This is Mexico, right? Yeah. Very important to march Mexican troops through Canada. Baby, what is he doing? I'm thinking RimWorld, yeah. Because I've been enjoying that, and it'll be fun to keep pushing it that. I could be convinced to start another Hearts of Iron 4 campaign, but not until this series, or this actual series is done posting to YouTube, so give it a week. Give it a week, maybe end of October, beginning of November, I might do another one, but hopefully we'll wrap up RimWorld by then. I mean, hopefully the RimWorld one will never end, and we'll just keep winning forever, but that's not gonna happen. So, did you just offer to join and the Germans shot you down? Because it's looking like you offered to join and the Germans shot you down. Germany, what are you doing? The Austrians were like, hey buddy, you need help? And then, no? Well, fuck you, I guess. Alright, so we can modernize our guns. Okay. Yeah, alright. That kind of makes sense. Do any of you have any events that might be interesting to look at in the last few minutes? No, not really. New admirals? Nah. Improving Marine Corps? Nah. Nah. Oh, just Bastion of Liberty. Yeah, let's just do that.
Ready to move.
I can't quit you, baby. I can't quit you. Panama Canal Division. I can't get. Can I send you off to Germany to die, maybe? Yeah, yeah. Go fight for Germany. But you're still being treated as an unassigned division. Fucking cursed divisions. I can't get rid of them. 1942. M1 carbine? Yeah. Is it really just a Lend-Lease program, is what you give them? Also, why are you supporting Bulgaria? Bulgaria's done, my dude. They do not need your help. That's Austria's event that gets them to join, right? I think there's also another event that happens if the French have taken out the German Empire. They'll then turn on Austria. But I think that event basically gives a prompt to the German Empire being like, hey, the Austrians have said that they're willing to help. Should we let them help? And apparently the AI was like, nah, I don't need help. Clearly, I have this war and this war very well in hand. Now let's go single-handedly win this. Oh, thank God. Alright, Smedley Butler. Get back in here, my man. Hold on to your butts.
Move out!
The Americans have sent a single severely underpowered and undermanned Marine division to help the Germans out. As you do. As you do. Right, that'll do.
Move out!
Okay, more military factories. What do I want here? You know, honestly, I'm not sure. We're already producing a lot of stuff. I think I might be good. Like, I think this is probably good for immediate use. Like, these will start ticking up. They're not even at full efficiency. Yeah. And yet I'm building so many more. Here. Bump that to 20, that to 20, that to 20. Get back to me. Call me in the morning. Okay, and now I'm just gonna... We're done with free trade. Export focus. Yeah, that's right. give me my fucking factories back. Because we're throwing away so many more factories than we're getting through trade. So many, Jesus Christ. Yeah. The rubber we need to import, and that's it. Well, rubber and tungsten. Yeah, I think that ended up being a net gain, and we're still getting 71 from trade. Yeah, that was definitely a good decision made. How we doing?
Let them have it!
Yeah, I'm pushing them back. Very much contributing with this really under-organized division. I'm making a difference. What do I want to do next? Go home, probably. Tell you what. This is your unimaginably large front. I just want you to push right down there. And you fucking figured it out, buddy. There's your offensive line. Well, you won't even accept it. Here's your spearhead? No. Okay, we'll shorten that front line. I admit, it's a little long. There's your offensive line? No. There's your offensive line? No, you're just not willing to accept that. Alright, we'll go assign down there and we'll talk about it. Did I see Qing troops in Germany? I did. Russia has sent volunteers. Qing have sent volunteers. Give me that. 2 days for nuclear reactor. Yes, please. I would like nuclear reactor very much, please. Why the hell are you attacking this? Oh, well, your organization is horrible. Maybe we should wait until that's better. Nuclear reactor, yes, please. Yes, more of this, please. Ah, yes, only 1,006 days to get nuclear bombs. Good, good, good. Great, great. Well, no, just gonna do. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I'm doing right now. Just nuclear reactors, nuclear reactors, nuclear reactors, nuclear reactors. There we go. This is definitely a sane, responsible way to take advantage of America's industrial power and economic recovery. Just fucking plant nuclear reactors all over the place. Just anywhere you can find room, really. Just, oh, hey. Line Islands, nuclear reactor. How about down here in Nicaragua? Nope, apparently no nuclear reactors down there. But everywhere else. Just yeah, this is a totally reasonable use of resources. Alright, wow, we're over an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna put in a cut here. I know, such an anticlimactic end to this, but I was mostly in it to look at the reworked Civil War mechanics, and we done did that. It's done been dude. I'll be back tomorrow. Ooh, good for you, Canada. Good for you. They actually made landfall. They'll probably get pushed down immediately, but hey, way to go, Canada. I'll be back tomorrow with RimWorld? Probably RimWorld. Or I'll just completely flip the script and play something totally different, because I'm impetulant like that. In whatever case, if you're watching on YouTube, this is probably the end of this series. There will be something up again tomorrow. Probably not this, maybe this. I don't fucking know. If you really want more of this, comment. Until then, make sure to share, like, subscribe, follow on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Alexandrian Codex on all the things. Until then, toodaloo, take care, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.